And if you could, Gary, in your own words, since you have extensive knowledge in cryptocurrency and you've looked at a lot of different coins and you've had some ideas floating around in your head for a couple of years, you remember what you said to me that day?
I think it was verbatim. This is exactly what I've been saying for the last year and a half, as if you've been listening to everything that I've been saying for the last year and a half. This is my message. This is what I've been trying to get out. This is what I've been trying to get the world to see. This is exactly the platform that the world needs. This is the only way that the coins will ever be properly created and distributed and supported long term. You guys have nailed it, and I would like to be in. That's it.
Well, we welcome you aboard. We want to coexist with fiat currency, but we also want the ability to have cryptocurrency that is not regulated by central authority and accumulate and pay all the fees that we've been attributed or accustomed to paying unduly in my mind. So, but the whole reason that we do what we do and why we're excited, and one of the reasons, and I'm going to have Gary tell a story here real quick, why Capricoin will succeed, why we're different, and exactly what, guys, we know where we've been, we know where we are, and we certainly know where we're going. Any doubt on that? Not in my mind. So, Gary, just to finish your story, you looked at Capricoin, you looked at the video, you liked what you saw. If you could briefly tell us what you did like about it, why Capricoin's different. And at one point you said Capricoin's the perfect coin. Can you expand upon that and tell us exactly what you meant by that, Gary?
Absolutely. Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency to come out, and it's mined, and that creates value. Okay, that's one thing that Bitcoin has right. Bitcoin is pioneering the industry and opening up doors for this space, cryptocurrency space, and every time Bitcoin has a success, it is going to be an opportunity for every other cryptocurrency that's significant and done right to have success. And what I mean by that is the area of greatest development today is in the development of multi-coin platforms, and it's really quite simple to plug in the API to accept multiple cryptocurrencies on all of these payment platforms that Bitcoin is getting into stores. So Bitcoin has that right, and the world of coin developers and crypto enthusiasts are working very diligently to create things like Shapeshift, which literally, if there's a Bitcoin terminal at Walmart, it's nothing for them to just say, which coin do you have, and it automatically does all the exchanging, and that economy is open to the entire crypto world. So that's something that Bitcoin is doing for and has right, and that is also an opportunity for Capricoin and other significant coins to be used in the world very quickly, unlike Bitcoin, which took, what, 3.5 years before the first actual store accepted it. When these platforms are launched, then that's when Capricoin and other significant coins can start applying to be listed on them and be used everywhere. We don't have to go down and beat down the doors of Dell and Microsoft, etc. Those doors will be already open because of Bitcoin. Well, the reason why I said Capricoin is the perfect coin, I just mentioned that Bitcoin is mined, all right? And again, that creates value. The mining network, the people who create Bitcoins are also the people who confirm transactions. That's a double-edged sword. It's fantastic today, but people don't realize that Bitcoin is still being dropped on the market, and there's X amount being created, and the net effect is it costs $25 million a month at today's price of Bitcoin to keep their network running. What if it's $1,000? Well, then we're talking about what? $100 million a month to keep their network going. The reason that I said Capricoin is perfect is because we have the mining trigger to create value, but the coins people actually are receiving are what are called proof of stake. And what that means is that every single wallet, and the reason why it's important for you guys to get some wallets open, it's going to make our network stronger. Every person who opens up a local wallet participates in the confirmation of transactions. So in the next 10 years, when Bitcoin costs $250 million even to leave their lights on, they're going to have to enable fees so that these people who are mining Bitcoins get paid to keep their miners working. Capricoin isn't going to cost anything because everybody who owns a Capricoin on a local wallet participates in the network confirmations. So that's why it's the perfect coin. We have the structure to create value, and that's called mining, but the coins that are actually being used have no cost to operate the network, unlike Bitcoin and other significant cryptocurrencies. So 2 to 5 years, it's not going to make much difference, but let's get out 10, 15 years. The ones like Capricoin, and we're one of the first ones to the market with this, are going to be the survivors because we don't have a $25 million or $150 million a month network fee. That's what it is when people are mining Bitcoins. It costs $25 million a month today to leave the network for Bitcoin running. And that's why there's a lot of volatility in the Bitcoin prices, because it has to come from somewhere. It either comes from adoption or it comes from people selling them for less than what they actually paid to mine them. This is what we're avoiding with Capricoin's proof of stake concept. That's not going to be in place. If the coin's $1,000, it's highly likely it's only going to go up because we're not relying on the mining network. We don't have that overhead that's going to choke us out in 3 to 5 years. It's going to be a much more stable platform. The other thing about Capricoin, people may not realize this because they don't use a lot of Bitcoins, but I have had times where I've tried to pay for something with Bitcoin and I've literally waited almost 6 to 8 minutes before the vendor I was trying to pay actually saw that I initiated that transaction. And then again, I've been paid in Bitcoin, and it's taken me sometimes up to 9 to 11 hours before I could even use it again. Because of the algorithm and the technology behind Capricoin and the way the proof of stake works, most people are going to see coins within 3 seconds. Across the board, you're going to see them in about 3 seconds. The vendor's going to see that you paid them in less than 3 seconds on average, and that vendor will be able to spend them again in less than 3 minutes on average. So what do you want to use? Bitcoin that takes 6 minutes to get and 6 hours to use, or do you want a 3-second coin and 3 minutes to use? So long term, this is going to be significant. The other thing is, because the Bitcoins rely on the miners, they're responsible for all of the confirmations of purchases and things like that. Because the Capricoin relies on all of the wallets and all of the users, if we have 100,000 users, we have 100,000 people confirming transactions. So our speed's going to stay right where it needs to be. There's a big war in the Bitcoin community right now because they're already recognizing that if they only took 1% of what Visa does every day and applied that to the Bitcoin network, it would basically be crushed. It can't handle that volume. Proof of stake coins like Capricoin can.